Good morning, everybody. This is Karen here. Welcome back to Lily Lulu. Today I'm going to be making some ephemera for my next journal, and I'm going to try doing something that I saw Julie at Camellia Crafts Designs do in a video I watched yesterday, and she was using book pages to make envelopes and tags to go in them, and then decorating them. So I've got out this old dictionary. I've had this for years and years. That little inscription up there, which is lovely, is from March 1958, and the actual dictionary is from 1949. I don't know if you can see that on camera, if it's close enough. So I've just taken out the first signature because I think these pages are quite interesting, and I'm going to have a go at copying Julie's idea. So each envelope and tag that she made, she stuck 2 pages together to give them a bit of strength. So I'm just going to use a little bit of cheap glue stick to do that, because I know I will be stitching these on the sewing machine before I decorate them. So this is just to, basically hold them in place while I'm working. So that was the first step, to stick 2 pages together, and then she turned these over so that they were just meeting at the back there. I'm just trying to make sure I've got them straight. Might need a little bit more of an overlap than that, just to make sure we've got enough space to glue. So I hope that's straight. Now I need to pop them on there to glue that, because these will be being stuck together anyway. Max, quiet please, I'm videoing. Get down. Max is pushing his luck. I've told him I'm videoing, so he thinks he can go and jump up on the settee and look out the window. So that's going to be the little envelope. So I'll put a little, thumb notch there, and I will stitch all around this. Max, quiet. So that's that one. And then for the tag, she did the same thing again. So I'm just sticking, I'm not really sticking it, I'm just tacking it really, with a little bit of glue stick. As I say, I just want to hold that in place until I sew around them. So that's that. And then for the tag, she folded it basically into thirds. So a bit like when you're folding an A4 letter to go in a DL envelope, for any of you that have worked in an office in times past when letter sending happened daily. So I just want to check that that's not too small for that. Yeah, that will probably be okay, because by the time I've stitched round, I didn't want it to be too small in the, got hair all over my arms. Yeah, too small in the envelope. So again, I'm just going to stick all that down completely, because I say this is going to be a tag. And again, I'm going to stitch around that. So I'll do those bits first, and then I will chop the corners and make the thumb notches afterwards, so we can just let them sit there for a minute to give the glue a bit more time to dry. So let's do another one. So we're sort of doing a bit of a mass make here. So right, I want that one on the inside because that's a blank page, so that won't be very interesting. So let's try and make sure I'm getting that lined up correctly as I'm turning it the opposite way. I'll do this one the other way, I think. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? That's supposed to be an M. Right, we'll make that one into a tag because I've just put the glue in totally the wrong place. Well, let's just do it. Let's make it into a tag. So how is everybody this morning? I am absolutely freezing today. I know that the weather was forecast to get a bit colder going into May. But when I wake up in the morning, my phone always has a weather update on it. I don't think I've set it to do that, although I could have done accidentally. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. But it didn't look like it was going to be that cold today. But I am absolutely freezing. And the same thing happened the other day, actually. I got up in the morning, went in the bathroom, and I got really cold in the bathroom. And I could not get warm for the rest of the day. And it feels like that again today. I'm really shivering. So I don't feel like I'm coming down with anything, so I don't think that's what it is. I think I've just got cold and I can't get warm. And because I'm home here on my own, I do try not to put the heating on when I'm here on my own, especially at the moment. Right, I think I'll do that way because I quite like the dictionary title showing. So I'm going to glue that round that way. Now, you're making an envelope, Karen. Don't forget. So I'll stick that down. I don't know. Actually, did I actually do that one wrong? Now I'm thinking about it. I'm not concentrating on what I'm doing. I think it's going to be one of those days. Right, so this one is my pocket to sew. Oh, it's not going to show anyway, is it? Because that's going to be on the back, unless it's a floating pocket. I could do it as a floating pocket and then it will show. Yeah, I could do that. So is that going to be about right? Should be. So we just pop that down. I've got hair everywhere today. I don't know where it's coming from. Must be falling out. So I'll stick that down. So that's another pocket to go with that tag. I'm hoping I've got enough here to do 4, but I might only have enough to do 3. So again, I'm going to stick this one this way because that's a blank page. So how is everybody? What's the weather like where you are? I've just said I'm absolutely freezing here today. I think we've had a little taste of spring over the last couple of weeks, and thought that was it now. We're heading into spring and summer, but clearly that's not the case because they're saying that some places in England might even get snow in May. So I don't know what that's all about, but it's not good. Right, oh, I've got a bit of a wrinkle in this one. Let's see if I can get that out. Max, be quiet. I think Max wants to say hello to everybody this morning. He's been very vocal, but at least he's not actually barking, so that's something. Right, that's a little bit better. So, how do we want this one? That's a bit boring that way, isn't it? Let's do it the other way. So I don't know if I was saying this the other day when in my video, but my husband and I have been watching over the last, I think it's 4 series, Ozark, and the final series is coming back on Friday onto Netflix, and we can't wait. I'm counting down the days, so I've been finding other bits and pieces to watch while we've been waiting for that to come back on. And over the last few evenings, we've watched it was a Catherine Tate programme. I think she wrote it, and she played several parts. It was a prison, it was set in a women's prison comedy, and it was quite entertaining. It was quite good, and we watched the last one last night, and the way it ended, the last few things that happened in the last episode, there was a couple of things that I could see coming, you know, from a long way off. But one thing totally shocked me, real surprise, and I love things like that. So which way should we do this tag? This way. Yeah, so that was quite good. It was called Hard Sell, and I'm not sure how many episodes there were. It wasn't too many. So it was a nice little filler just to watch. As I say, we're killing time while we're waiting for Ozark to come back on. So I've also seen some recommendations for a series. I can't remember what it's called. The Anatomy of a Scandal. My husband didn't like the look of that, but I think I will watch that. I say he works strange hours, so I do get to watch what I want when he's not here. Right, that's 3 done. I wonder if I can do one more. And then I've got a loose piece there. I wonder if I could stick those together. So you can't see what I'm doing, can you? I'm just trying to tear out another page, a single page, so that I can make 4. Then I could put one in each signature of my journal that I'm making, because I'm planning to do 4 signatures at the moment. Although the way I'm going, I keep changing my mind about things. That could change. I've been faffing about this morning collecting papers. I think I mentioned in my last video, I had saved a couple of kits that I thought might work for the journal I'm making. I should have stuck that the other way, because this bit belongs on the other page. Yeah, I think it was 3 sort of kits that I was toying with using, and I printed out the first one, which is definitely going to be the basis of my journal. It's a vintage Flower Fairy kit from the Digital Collage Club. And then I came across another different kit that I thought would go with it. And I do need something else, I feel, to bolster it up, because the Flower Fairy kit is only It's not very many pages. I've got a feeling there's about 5 background pages. So I know I will want something else to go with it. So I had chosen another kit which I thought would work well, but now that I've printed it all out, I've decided it doesn't really go together, it doesn't really work together. So now I've got to find something else to supplement. Well, I say I've got to. I would like to find something else. I don't have to. I could just use my tea-dyed paper and decorate it. I don't have to have more, but I do tend to like to use quite a few digital pages in my journals. I like the extra interest and colour and yeah, so that's what I was doing this morning, and my printer is an absolute nightmare. It always leaves black lines on the reverse of whatever I'm printing, always. And I've cleaned it, I've taken it apart, I've cleaned it, I've done everything that is recommended. I'm just deciding how to make, yeah, I do that way. Yeah, I've done everything that is recommended to try and, oh, I've done that the wrong way. Right, I'm going to need to remove that sticky. Bear with me a moment. I'm going to let the dog out and grab a candle. I'm back again. Right, I've got my candle. Dog's been out, so hopefully we can crack on. That isn't particularly sticky because I say it's only cheap basic glue stick that I wanted to hold everything in place temporarily. But yeah, this is a tip. If you want to remove anything sticky, a wax candle, just rub it over the sticky part and it will remove that. So there we go, that's okay. So think about this, Karen. How do you want this? You want it that way. So let's get it right this time. So I've forgotten what I was saying now. It's obviously riveting conversation. That way and that way. So once I've stuck this down, I've got my 4 pockets and tags. So what I'm going to do now, is that going to be, oh, that one's going to be a bit snug. I'll have to see if that will work once I've stitched them. So what I'm going to do now is grab my circle punch, it says, hopefully. Back again. Right, I'm just going to pop a little thumb notch in these pockets. So this is 1-inch circle punch, I think, pretty sure it's 1 inch. So I just want that to be roughly in the middle and not too far down. So I've got a little thumb notch there. You'll be able to see it better once it's inked and everything. So that's that one. I'm just going to do that on each of these all fingers and thumbs this morning. I don't know what's the matter with me. Probably the shivers not helping. So that's 2. And then this one, and I'm doing the thumb notch on the opposite side to where I've stuck the envelope together, or the pocket. That's 3. And that's 4. And then on my tags, where's my little card? I've got an old card here that I'm just using to give me a consistent shape on my tags. So I'm just lining that up corner to corner. Get my little snips. Snip that off there, and then turn it over to do the same on the other side. And then that gives me my tag shape. So I just do that on each of these. That one's too big. And then I'll go off camera and stitch around all these, and I'll come back and show you what I've done after that. I feel like I'm even having trouble holding this straight this morning. I really am shivering. I think I'm going to have to give in and pop the heating on for a little while. And I've got my nice cup of tea here. So I'll drink that while I'm off camera, and that will warm me up as well. So that's the 4th one done. So I'll just pop off now and stitch all those, and I'll be back in a moment. Hello, I'm back again. Well, that was a bit of a chore. It's about 4 hours later since I last left you, and what was supposed to be a simple stitching round these pockets and tags turned into a bit of a nightmare. And then my daughter arrived with her family for a quick visit, and yeah, so I just had a bit of a break and I've just come back to it. I started off stitching around these in pink. I don't know if you can see. And I had a real nightmare with the pink thread. I don't know what was going on. The machine kept jamming, the thread kept breaking. I've used that thread before in my machine with no problem, so I don't quite know what was going on today. But anyway, the pink was abandoned, and I found some dark brown and used that, and that's come out all right. So eventually all of the pockets and tags have been stitched round. I haven't inked them yet. I won't do that on camera. But what I am going to do, I'm not going to get time now to actually decorate all these today, because it's quite late in the day now, and I need to actually get on with some other stuff I need to do today. But Julie had done some embossing on hers with the Tim Holtz embossing powders. It looked really nice, but it was quite translucent. And I liked the look of that, but I don't have any of those powders. The only one I have got is this gold. So it's not going to be translucent, but I thought I'd just have a go. And I haven't got the special little dauber that she was using, but I just thought I'd have a go and put a little bit of gold on. I think I might just do the envelopes, I don't know, but I'll do one on camera to try it, and we'll see how it looks, and then I'll decide whether I'm going to do the rest of them or not. So I'm just making do with I don't have the same tools and equipment as Julie had, so I'm just going to use what I've got and we'll see what it turns out like. So this will be interesting. So I've just rubbed my embossing buddy over that paper. It's to stop the static, and it helps to make sure that the embossing the embossing powder doesn't go where you don't want it. So that's all I'm doing there. And as I say, I haven't got the little dauber thing that Julie had, so I'm just using a little piece of sponge, and I'm just going to randomly wipe that on my little pocket, and then I'm going to sprinkle the embossing powder all over. Now, because this fairy journal that I'm making, fairy and flowers, I want it to be I want it to be vintagey, but I also want to use pastel-y colours. I mentioned before that I wanted to have I wanted to use pink sari silk as a closure. And I missed the fabric that I've used for the cover has got some gold in it, so I want to use gold throughout this journal as well. So that's what made me think of this embossing powder. When I was watching Julie's video, I thought, oh, I haven't got any of those, can't do that. And then I remembered that I had this gold embossing powder. So as I say, it won't be the same effect as Julie got, but I just thought it might look nice when I decorate these. If it's got a little bit of gold underneath whatever I stick on here, it might look quite nice. Right, so I'm going to use my heat tool now to emboss this. So it might be a bit noisy, so I apologise in advance. I don't know if you can hear me over the sound of the tool, the heat tool, but I'm just gently, I just keep moving the heat, and as you can see, suddenly the embossing powder warms up and turns, so you know when it's done. Oops. So there we go. I don't know if you can see that on camera. I'm not sure how well that's picking that up. I'm looking at my iPad as I'm doing that to see how it look. Oh, there, I think you can see there that that's got a few little splashes of gold on there. So I think that looks okay. Obviously, I'm going to put more decoration on this. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to use, maybe some flowers or maybe some fairies or something. But I think that gold will look quite nice in the background. So I'm going to leave it there for today because I've had a bit of a nightmare today, and I need to go off and do other things now. The dog's not even been walked yet or anything, and I've got to get the dinner started. So I'll leave it there for today. I'm not going to be able to film tomorrow, and then it's the weekend, so I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to film next. So I may come back and show you these when they're done. I may finish decorating them on camera, I'm not sure yet, but I will be back, if not tomorrow or over the weekend. I'll be back on Monday, so I'll see you then. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that little make, and take care and have a nice weekend if I don't speak to you again before. Bye bye.